Hello and what up though? My name is Ryan and I have the pleasure of interviewing some of the main guys for Salida Promotions Detroit Brawl, who's fighting tomorrow night, January 22nd at the Ford Community and Performing Arts Center in Dearborn, Michigan. Detroit Brawl viewers, I have the pleasure of sitting next to and with the renowned boxing trainer and Detroit boxing staple, Sugarhill. Sugarhill, how are you feeling tonight?
I'm doing great. How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking.
I'm happy to be back home.
Hey, so please tell me, you look a little bit tanned, I must say myself, even though I don't know how you usually look. Where have you been?
Well, first of all, I'm always brown. Got me a nice complexion, so I don't, I'm always hopping around everywhere. So I don't know. I've been in Vegas and in Florida. Sometimes I go to England. It just depends. I don't know.
Got it. So your flight in from Detroit most recently, where were you coming from?
I just came from Florida.
And what were you doing down in Florida? Were you training someone down
in Florida? I was training a young fighter by the name of Gordy Russ, which is my younger cousin.
Okay.
So I was down there training him to prepare him for his fight tomorrow, which is January 22nd, in Dearborn at the Performing Arts Theater Center.
That's right.
On Salida Promotions. So this will be his third fight. This will be our first fight working together, and I'm excited about it because I started him off in boxing.
Okay.
Some years ago. So when he first started, his dad, it was my cousin, went to the gym, brought him to the gym, and I trained him, and we had been training for a while, and I ended up having to go out of town for some work, and just been going out of town for all those years, and now to be able to have him with me and to train him again like we did in the beginning, it means a lot to me. For one reason is because when I was boxing, I always wanted Emmanuel to train me, but he never trained me like that. So this is, me being able to train like my little nephew or cousin, little cousin, in boxing as I wanted Emmanuel to train me.
Got it. And you mean the Emmanuel Steward, the godfather of Detroit boxing is what I've read that he's known as. Is that correct?
Yeah, the godfather of boxing.
No, the godfather of boxing.
Yeah,
Got
Detroit's
it.
like a little bit, he's
Right,
way
we're
bigger
going to
than
big
that.
him up then big him up. Got it. So now you've taken family under your wing for his third professional bout. So that means he's had two without you. Has it been like a homecoming, or can you explain like how you feel about his career moving forward as opposed to, just getting him new in the career, but not like right off the bat having trained him for his first bout?
It's a little bit different just because when you work with somebody who's been working with somebody else, it's certain things that I do that's different from what they do. So it's just taking time to adapt to each other and to understand, I guess, what I'm trying to teach him, and I have to figure out what he knows and how much he can comprehend at the same time. So it's a little bit of time that it's taken for us, but everything right now is clicking real good, and I'm enjoying what I'm seeing right now. So
okay, beautiful.
Just excited about seeing him fight and perform this Saturday here back home.
Beautiful. So question then, Gordy, he's from Detroit, you're from Detroit. Will you all be training in Detroit, or is everything going to move down to Florida?
The training is going to just be wherever I have to be at.
Okay.
It's a little bit sad for me at times because I'm not in Detroit training, which I've grown up doing. I lived my whole life in Detroit, and I started my boxing career as a trainer in Detroit as well. But I'm not too mad about it because this is the same thing that Emmanuel had to go through. So I know I'm not on the wrong track. If I'm doing what he did, what he had to go through, I must be in the right place. So
do you feel like you are filling his shoes, Emmanuel's shoes, or have you kind of taken this training thing and your career into your own path, into your own, like if you made it into your thing?
I never thought that I'm filling Emmanuel's shoes, like, ever.
Okay.
He's just Emmanuel. It's my uncle. It's like a father to me.
Right.
And obviously, growing up looking up to him, and I was always like my father figure, then of course I want to be like him. Like I want to do things that he's done, following his footsteps. And for me, I have my own shoes, so I'm very comfortable with myself, and not trying to worry about filling his shoes. I'm just doing what he taught me. So so far everything's been working out great.
Yeah, speaking of working out great, so you also trained Tyson Fury. Is that correct?
That is absolutely correct.
All right. So, like, what is that like? How's your experience been since his defeat over Deontay Wilder? Like, has it been stardom? Has it been excitement? Like, are you ready and pumped up? How has that been?
Actually, after the second defeat, or the second defeat I had with Tyson Fury over Deontay Wilder, it's just been like bring on somebody else. We want to just know who's next, and hurry for something else to happen because me and Tyson, we want to keep him busy.
Okay.
There's things that he's learning that he wants to use, and you can't use them if you're just sitting around. Tyson is a fighter that stays in shape. He doesn't just train for a fight when he's got a fight coming up. He's always training. He's staying busy like an old throwback fighter. And that's why a lot of times, if you look back in the history of boxing, those guys were fighting championship fights. They were fighting 3 weeks later again. Sugar Ray Robinson, 3 weeks later, they signed, 1 week later after the fight, they signed for another fight 2 weeks later. And they been fought 3 weeks apart for another world championship fight. And that's back when they were doing 15 rounds. So a lot of the fighters nowadays, they just, they have a big fight and then they go on vacation and they get out of shape. So a real fighter should stay in shape all the time, no matter what. It's part of your job or whatever, but in boxing, really, it's a lifestyle. You shouldn't get out of shape. And he's a heavyweight, so he can get as big as he wants to get. And he's been up to 400 pounds before, but he won't let that happen again because he knows how important it is for him to be the best and to stay in shape.
So in a way, you're kind of dropping jewels for the new school boxers.
I did just sneak and do that, didn't I?
Yeah.
I tried to put it out there without putting nobody out there, but put it out there so they could understand what I was saying.
So boxing is a lifestyle. You're always in shape. Is there anything else that you have noticed a difference besides like consistency in working out, but the difference between new school and old school boxing? Is there something you missed that you wish was still around in the game? Or is it just, it is what it is?
I just like knockouts, so that's why I'm always talking about knockouts. So when you see me, it's knockout time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sugarhill,
big time boxing.
AKA knockout time.
Yeah, big time boxing is knockouts, knockout time. Sugarhill.
All right.
Something like that. That's the old school way. I mean, for me, and this is, I guess I'm dropping them again. It's like, why wait for a decision when you can get a knockout? If you get a knockout, you definitely know you won the fight without having to wait to see if the judges are going to award you that decision, if they may feel some kind of way about you and not want to give you the decision, because it's all up to those three people to put whatever they have to put on that paper, that makes a big decision in your life.
Right.
And if you have an opportunity to go out there and take care of it yourself, why not do it that way?
Yeah, talk about self-sustainability. Well, I'm going to take that and apply it to my own life. So I thank you very much, Coach. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And it was awesome talking to you.
Thank you. It was awesome talking to you as well. I enjoyed it dropping those jewels out there.
Hell yeah. And we're going to keep dropping them.